What is up, my tricksters? It is your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero back again with a very important video that I'm very excited to talk to you about. Today's video is going to be a bit of a kind of a lesson from me to you. So basically, around this time of the year, normally I would try to do something like a Yugitube rewind type of thing is what I wanted to do, but last year didn't seem appropriate with all the things that we're having with COVID and a lot of the deaths and things like that, and so that didn't feel appropriate. And this year kind of felt very much in that same vein for me personally. It didn't feel very appropriate, so I decided to go ahead and skip that idea. And for this year, and this might be something I continue to do, is going to be talking about what I learned in the past year, and actually I'm going to encompass the last 2 years too, as well, and kind of give you like a handful of things that I learned that I'm hoping that if you're a new Yugituber, this will help you so you don't make the same mistakes I made as a growing Yugituber. So basically, I'm hoping that this will become a resource for you guys. But before we get into that, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to you guys. We hit the 1200 mark, and I never thought I would hit that mark actually before the end of the year. I actually thought I was going to be like around like 1190 something and just kind of be stuck there until probably like February is what I honestly thought. And you guys got me over that little hill right there. So I just huge shout outs to you guys. Thank you guys for getting me this far. I'm hoping that maybe 2022 will be the year that I can get this channel off the ground, as far as like, because I really do want to be like all the other Yugitubers that are kind of big, you know what I mean? I want this to be my job, you know. So I'm really hoping you guys can help me out with that. And in that effort, if you guys want to support the channel, you know what to do. Check the description. I've got the your playmat link, and I've got my own little merch store on the Teespring. If you guys want to support the channel, you can do it that way. I got some really cool stuff. I'm gonna make new art going into the new year. So, I'm looking forward to you guys checking that out, and I'm hopefully we'll make something that you guys really want on a t-shirt. So, keep my fingers crossed. Anyway, guys, let's get into the lessons that I think new Yugitubers need to know. And this is going to be, learning from my mistakes, basically, and so let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing that I think you guys want to have is one lesson that I think I took a little too long to learn, is to police your comment section. So one of the things is there's a multitude of reasons why you want to police your comment section. I swear I speak English. First of all, the first thing that I want to point out is nobody has the right to come into your comment section and be disrespectful to you. Your YouTube channel is basically your digital house, essentially. This is your digital home. Nobody has the right to come into your home and be a disrespectful jerk to you. You don't deserve that. The people who support you don't deserve to have to see that nonsense. So basically, one of the things is like, for example, if you just come in here being a jerk for no reason, or maybe I play a deck, or maybe I make a comment about a meta deck because I don't like meta decks typically. There are exceptions, but typically I don't like meta decks. If somebody you come in acting a fool and being disrespectful to me and the people who are my supporters, then yeah, I'm gonna mute you. I remember years ago when I first started playing around with the idea of being a Yugituber and making some Yu-Gi-Oh related videos, I had a commenter tell me that Allah was gonna send me to hell for playing Dragoonity. That was a legitimate comment I got on an old channel that I don't even have anymore. Well, it's different now. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh related anymore. But that was just an example of something that, and I got really mad about it back then. But now that I'm older and wiser, I think about it and I go, I would just delete your comment and block you if you know what I mean. So like, basically nobody has the right to come into your comment section and act a fool. And there are other things I have seen throughout various comment sections, not just my own, but I have seen racist, homophobic, misogynistic comments, and if those are qualities I don't tolerate in myself, I'm not going, you know what I mean, and want people to call me out when I make those, if I should ever make those comments. Those are things I don't tolerate myself. I'm certainly not going to tolerate it from a random commenter. There's just rules here. And so basically, police your comment section and don't be afraid to do so. Nobody, like I said, nobody has the right to come into your comment section and harass you or your supporters, especially when that's not valid reasons to do so. The next big thing I want you guys to learn is disagreements about the game are not personal. This is something that I actually took a little too long. Another thing I feel like I took too long to really understand. As you guys know, I don't really like meta decks. I want more fair gameplay. That's what I like. That's my ultimate goal in this game, is to have fair Yu-Gi-Ohs. But, you know, that with the way the game is, that may never happen. But I can always, you know, hope and criticize the game for it. And who knows, maybe someday it will become a little more fair. Anyway, point being, I'm going about before I get sidetracked again, is that disagreements in the game are not personal. All right, there, like for example, I have railed against cards like Mystic Mine and Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and Ash Blossom, and there are players who think that these cards are legitimately fair. I disagree with them, but these are disagreements about the game itself, you know, and that disagreement doesn't have to be personal. But I have seen other players who have gotten really upset about it. Like, I remember I saw one player tell me that Mystic Mine was a necessary evil and that I'm stupid for wanting to get rid of it. You know, like, you know, they crossed the line. You know, it's one for them to say, I disagree, I think it's a necessary evil. And then there's, you know, then when they start adding insults, you know, they cross the line and all that stuff. So that person really doesn't understand that, clearly, that this isn't personal. This is just what, you know, in wanting to improve my own experience and people who like my own thing, like the game, you know, in my kind of way. So basically the point that I'm getting at is, if somebody says something that you don't necessarily agree with in the game, don't take it personal. Everybody in when it comes to the game, most of this is pretty much opinion, and you can just kind of disregard it if you don't agree with it. You don't have to be a jerk, and like I said in the previous one, don't let anyone else be a jerk to you. The next thing is, this one's going to be a very big one. This is probably the second, yeah, I would say this is like the second biggest one, and then the handful of after this are very much connected to this one. Listen to valid criticism. All right, because this thing, not only will this make you a better Yugituber, but when you listen to valid criticism, it will make you a better person. I personally have had some experiences where, you know, I didn't mean anything by it, but I've crossed the line with people I wanted to be friends with, who I was making, you know, had on for like my behind the screen series. Some of the questions I asked made some of the people I interviewed uncomfortable, and also I was told by my own audience that some of those questions made them uncomfortable. Not my intention, but through their criticisms, I listened and changed the format and the style of those videos from that point forward. And not even just that, and other things too. It really broadened my horizon, and I think ultimately will not only make me, like I said, a better Yugituber, but also a better person. Because at the end of the day, we're not trying to be cruel or harmful to people who don't deserve it. You know? At the end of the day, we want this channel to be an inviting and inclusive environment. So, and you want that for everybody. I think every Yugituber at the end of the day really wants that. You know, we want a place where everybody feels welcome, and, you know, so listen to the people who give you valid criticism. The next one is going to be use your critical thinking. Now, this is going to sound a little counterintuitive, but not exactly. All right. The reason why I have this here is because there are going to be people who are going to do, I guess what I think that the Gen Zers call it, gaslighting. It's basically like, you know, it's a way for them to say that you're doing something that you're not, type of thing, or that, you know, something that you're remembering something wrong. It's, you know, basically what I want you to do is I want you to think critically about something. Like, for example, if somebody gives you a piece of criticism, you have to think critically about it and go, okay, is this person correct? Is this person wrong? And how do you navigate going from that point forward? You know, use your critical thinking skills, obviously, is what I want you to do. So, for example, if somebody comes in and says that, let's say, Dino Wrestler Pankratops doesn't belong in dinosaurs. We'll use a Yu-Gi-Oh example for this one. If that person, and you're an idiot for playing it in the dinosaur deck, you know, that belongs in Dino Wrestlers only. Well, use your critical thinking skills. That's not valid criticism. And you know what I mean? It's a dinosaur, it goes in a dinosaur deck. Generic dino deck. So, you get what I'm saying. You don't have to, the point is, what I want you to do is not stress about the things that don't matter. Is what I'm really getting at with the critical thinking. You want to, that way you can focus on the things that do matter. Like, for example, when I made that person I interviewed uncomfortable, and then I learned from my mistake and chose to change the format. That's what I'm trying to tell you to do with your critical thinking, is that way you'll know what to focus on and what to ignore. You know. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. Adaptation. This one comes in for on multiple levels. This is another really big thing that I want you guys to take away from here. Adaptation. And the first example, this also applies to the previous one. Because adaptation is learning that when things are changing, to change and evolve with them as appropriate. So, you know, don't be like, you know, like I said, I chose to change when I realized I made some people uncomfortable. Because I don't want to make people uncomfortable. You know, or be harmful or toxic. Those are things I really don't want to do. So, on a personal level, I adapted and changed. Now, this also is going to apply to the kind of content you create. Don't be afraid to adapt and change. For example, one of the things that has been making the rounds in my Yugitubing lately is the YouTube Shorts. I know that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh tubers really think it's stupid and they don't want to bother with it, and I get that. But those of us who are on the smaller side, like myself, and probably most of you watching, if you're also a Yugituber, we have to use every tool that YouTube is going to give us to be seen. And the truth is, you know, YouTube right now is pushing out shorter content. They're still pushing out the longer stuff too. It's just that as you know, YouTube has blatantly said, hey, if you want to get seen, you need to make YouTube Shorts. So make one a week. This is just an example of adaptation, you know, because that may very well change in the future. YouTube might decide, you know what, we realized the short form video just really isn't for this kind of platform. That's fine. Just, you know, adapt, keep track of trends, etc. You know, YouTube kind of changes what they push up and what they are going to push out to other even Yu-Gi-Oh people in our little niche. So I'm hoping this will help you guys, you know, like I said, adapt and become not only better tubers, but also better people. And the last thing, and this is the most important thing that I can tell you, is planning. You need to plan everything, pretty much. One of the things that I have definitely has helped me out as a Yugituber is I have a planner. I know it seems silly. Also, I use pen and paper. I know it seems silly for some of you guys. You're gonna be like, what? But this is so important. I plan the videos I want to make. Some of the times I plan the videos I want to make months in advance. And then, of course, you know, I kind of adapt to whatever time constraints I'm given in between that time frame. So basically what you want to do is you want to plan out everything. What kind of content do you want to make, you know, from the videos to the types of videos you're making, like, you know, like, are you doing deck profiles, are you doing discussions, are you doing shorts, are you doing streams? It's just kind of gonna depend, because you know what your ultimate goal is. You know, do you want to do, like I said, are you more of a Duel Links player, or are you more of a, you know, Master Duel kind of player? The point that I'm getting at is plan these things out. I'm a little, like I said, like if you go on my channel, I like to dabble. I like to, you know, do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I really like the skits, to be honest, but they take forever to edit. And since I'm using new editing software that I'm not exactly familiar with, you know, that might be a minute. But the point that I'm getting at is planning. And things also in that effort, just remember, things aren't always going to go your way. So, you know, it's okay if the thing that you planned isn't 100% what you thought. You think I thought I was going to be using a faint plan trap card art for the section of the video? Nope. I was looking at other things. I was trying to find a picture of the Avengers planning an attack or something, but I was like, you know what? I probably should stick to it being Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm getting at is, you know, plan and, like the previous one, adapt. So, I hope that this stuff gives you newer Yugitubers, you know, some help, and I hope that maybe you won't make the mistakes that I've made, and, you know, that's just all I want to say is, you know, just do all these steps, and hopefully you'll have a better experience YouTubing, or YouTubing in general, if Yu-Gi-Oh is just one of your more passive hobbies and you want to make YouTubes on something else. A lot of this stuff can be applied to other things too. So anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to 2022. I don't want to jinx it and say it's my year or anything like that. I don't believe in that kind of thing, but I definitely have some of my own goals going into 2022. Like, I really want to get this channel monetized, and I really want to, you know, get as many subscribers as I can get. You know what I really actually would love to get is get 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. That would just make my day, you know, because I'm been 10,000. How funny would that be to get, you know, 10,000 subscribers? I think I probably said that last year, but I don't remember. But you know what? Here's to hoping. So I hope to see all of you guys in 2022, and Happy New Year's. Hope you guys are having a good one too. Anyway, guys, I will catch you in the new year. I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, and I'm out. Peace.